Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to just use your first letter for privacy purposes, N. And I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons. And you completed independent speaking practice test number 1. This is a very tough practice test because it's so specific. So the question is, describe a place you visited as a child. And what is your favorite memory while visiting this place?
When I was a child, one of my favorite memories was going to the beach at my hometown.
Good. Now let's take a look at that preposition used. Hold on.
Was going to the beach at my hometown.
I'd probably say in my hometown there. If you say at, you could probably say at the beach because that's a more specific location, but if you're talking about your town generally, I would just say in my hometown. I could say at the beach in my hometown.
Since they were really clean, I can build my own beautiful castle. Moreover, the blue sky was always shining. That made the beach become more beautiful. Going to the beach at my hometown. The sands there were really clean. I can build my own beautiful castle. Moreover,
so the sands were green, am I right? Now, I haven't really seen green sand before, but maybe, am I getting this right?
They were really clean. I can build my own beautiful castle.
So you probably want to say, let's go back to what you said. Hold on a minute.
Become more beautiful town. The sands there were really clean. I can build my own.
I would just say these sands there were really green, and I was able to build beautiful sand castles. Something like that.
Beautiful castle. Moreover, the blue sky was always shining. That made the beach become more beautiful.
I would say the sky was very blue, not that made, but which made. I think it's probably better there to use which, because then you're avoiding using two separate sentences and you're using an adjective clause as a dependent kind of clause to connect it to the main part of the sentence. So reviewing the grammar part of my course using adjective clauses, you have a tendency to use a little bit basic grammar when you're doing your TOEFL speaking, so you want to use more advanced grammar.
In addition, there were many people who often face false.
Okay, wait a minute. So in addition,
there were many people who often face false.
I'm having trouble understanding that at about 20 to 23 seconds.
People who often face sports, such as soccer and volleyball on the sand, especially.
So I think you're saying they're playing sports.
There were many people who often face sports.
You want to say who were playing sports. So you're having some problems pronouncing those series of words.
Such as soccer and volleyball on the sand,
okay.
Especially at the sunset time, the beach became more romantic by the combination of the orange and blue colors from the sky.
Good description. Wow, I like that. Excellent.
Overall, my most enjoyable memory was after swimming.
There we go. This is important because this is the second part of the question.
I, my friends, and my family went eat hot tofu. The weather was so cold outside, but
we went to what now?
My friends and my family went eat hot tofu. The weather was so cold outside.
We went to eat hot tofu because the weather was so cold.
But the hot tofu made us feel really warm inside.
Okay.
That was the greatest feeling that we can never have again.
Yes, pretty good. You answered the question, so I think that's pretty good. Now, I think I've discovered a pattern here. I think part of your difficulty right now, you have two areas you want to improve on. I think your topic development was actually pretty good. You answered both parts of the question. You gave some examples in there to help support your ideas. You described the beach, I think, and you also explained your favorite memory. So you definitely answered both parts of the question. However, your delivery, which means pronunciation, it requires a lot of effort on my part to understand what you're saying. And and you're also having some language use problems, particularly with grammar. So it means that you're speaking in kind of a simple manner with a lot of sentences, subject, verb, subject, verb, subject, verb. But as I pointed out, in certain parts of your speech, you could have put the word because in there. You could have used which instead of that. So you need to work more on combining your sentences to create a better sentence variety. Now, I do have a lesson for you I'd like to have you take a look at and see if you can implement some of these strategies in the next practice test. So go to grammar. I think it's lesson number 26. It talks about sentence variety. I think that's going to be helpful for you. Now also, in the grammar part of my course, I have some lessons that focus on noun clauses, adjective clauses, and adverb clauses. You can improve your speaking by using more of these complex type sentences in your speaking. I definitely think that would also help you. All right, so delivery, you have to keep working in that area. I would recommend, because you have a very heavy accent and I cannot understand everything that you're saying all the time. So keep working in the pronunciation area in my course first by going through those lessons on vowel and consonant sounds, and then secondly, go through the other more advanced lessons that focus on the syllable division, grammatical word endings. You can also study word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, and also thought roots and blending. Your score here. Because of some problems with delivery and language use, I'm going to put your score here. I'm going to put you to about 2.33 out of 4. So for the purposes of the TOEFL, you're about 18 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now remember that the more you post, the more practice tests that you post, the more familiar I will become with your strengths and weaknesses as a speaker of English. So I recommend that you start keeping a journal. You can call it a speaking journal, and you can take the comments I'm giving you in these videos and you can start writing these things in your journal, and then you know some things that you want to start working on over the next few weeks in order to improve your TOEFL score. All right, so you're probably looking right now, if you want to get 26 in the speaking, like I said before, probably anywhere from 4 to 6 months if you practice really hard every day. I think it's possible, but it will take you some time to solve the problems that you have to solve in order to improve your speaking. All right, thank you for posting.